Welcome to the audiobook version of Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. It is a thought-provoking and accessible book that explores the many ways in which psychology and human behavior intersect with personal finance and investing. Filled with insights, anecdotes, and research, this book challenges common financial assumptions and offers a fresh perspective on the ways we think about money. So sit back, relax, and let the author guide you through the fascinating world of behavioral finance. Chapter 1: The Seduction of Pessimism. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel highlights how pessimism can be seductive and alluring, and how people often fall prey to the allure of negative thinking when it comes to money. The chapter begins with a story about how the author's grandfather lost a significant amount of money in the stock market crash of 1929 and how the experience shaped his thinking about money for the rest of his life. The author goes on to explain how people's experience and beliefs about money are often shaped by their upbringing, cultural background, and life experiences. The chapter then delves into the different ways that pessimism can be seductive, such as the sense of safety and security that comes from avoiding risk, or the feeling of superiority that comes from being a contrarian. The author also discusses how pessimism can be self-fulfilling, as people who are constantly worried about losing money may be more likely to make poor financial decisions or miss out on opportunities for growth. Overall, the chapter emphasizes the importance of having a balanced and realistic perspective when it comes to money, and encourages reader to be aware about the seductive power of pessimism and to strive for a more positive and proactive mindset when it comes to their finances. Chapter 2: The Greatest Show on Earth. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel argues that the history of the stock market is a testament to the power of human progress and innovation, and that investing in the market is a way to participate in this ongoing process. The chapter begins by tracing the history of the stock market from its origin in 1602 with the Dutch East India Company to the present day, highlighting how the market has survived and thrived despite numerous crises and setbacks. The author emphasizes how investing in the stock market is a way to participate in the growth and progress of the global economy, and how it can provide opportunity for wealth creation and financial security over the long term. The chapter also delves into the different psychological factors that influence people's decision about investing, such as fear, greed, and the tendency to focus on short-term gains rather than long-term growth. The author emphasizes the importance of having a long-term perspective when it comes to investing, and of being aware of one's own biases and tendencies when making financial decisions. Overall, the chapter encourages readers to view investing in the stock market as a way to participate in the ongoing story of human progress and innovation, and to approach it with a balanced and long-term perspective. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the many ways in which people are susceptible to believing and spreading misinformation, and how this can have negative consequences for their financial well-being. The chapter begins with a discussion of the various factors that contribute to people's susceptibility to misinformation, such as cognitive biases, social media algorithm, and the echo chamber effect. The author explains how these factors can create a reality distortion field that make it difficult for people to discern truth from fiction when it comes to financial advice and information. The chapter then provides several examples of how misinformation can have negative consequences for people's financial well-being, such as believing in get-rich-quick scheme or investing in fads that turn out to be fraudulent or unsustainable. The author emphasizes the importance of being skeptical and doing one's own research when it comes to financial decisions, and of seeking out credible sources of information and advice. Overall, the chapter serves a warning against the danger of misinformation and the importance of being vigilant and critical when it comes to financial advice and information. Chapter 4: Confounding Compounding. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel highlights the incredible power of compounding to create wealth over time and the importance of starting early and being patient when it comes to investing. The chapter begins with a simple example of how compounding works, shows how an initial investment of $1,000 can grow over $18,000 over 50 years with a 7% annual return. The author emphasizes that the key of harnessing the power of compounding is to start early and be patient, allowing time for investment to grow and compound over time. The chapter also explores some of the psychological factors that can make it difficult for people to take advantage of compounding, such as the tendency to procrastinate or focus on short-term gains, or the fear of losing money. The author emphasizes the importance of developing a long-term perspective and having the discipline to stick to a consistent investment strategy over time. Overall, the chapter serves a reminder for the incredible power of compounding to create wealth over time and the importance of starting early and being patient when it comes to investing. Chapter 5: Getting Wealthy versus Staying Wealthy. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the difference between getting wealthy and staying wealthy, and the common mistake people make when it comes to managing their wealth. The chapter begins with a discussion of the importance of maintaining a long-term perspective when it comes to managing wealth. The author emphasizes the importance of focusing on the fundamentals of personal finance, such as saving, investing, and managing debt, rather than pursuing get-rich-quicker schemes and taking unnecessary risks. The chapter also explored the common mistake people make when it comes to managing their wealth, such as becoming overconfident, taking on too much debt, or pursuing investments that are too risky or too complex. The author emphasizes the importance of avoiding these mistakes and staying disciplined and focused on long term when it comes to managing one's wealth. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining a long-term perspective when it comes to managing wealth and the dangers of becoming overconfident or taking unnecessary risks. The author encourages readers to focus on the fundamentals of personal finance and to stay disciplined and focus on their long-term goals in order to achieve financial success and stability. Chapter 6: Tails You Win. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the role of luck and randomness in personal finance and investing. The chapter begins with a discussion of the concept of tail events, or extreme and unexpected events that can have a significant impact on personal finance and investing. The author emphasizes the importance of recognizing the role of luck and randomness in financial outcomes and the danger of assuming that success or failure in personal finance is solely the result of individual skill or effort. The chapter also explores some of the common biases and misconceptions people have when it comes to luck and randomness in personal finance, such as the tendency to attribute success to individual skill and effort while attributing failure to external factors beyond one's control. Overall, the chapter serves a reminder of the importance of recognizing the role of luck and randomness in personal finance and investing, and the need to remain humble and open-minded in the face of uncertainty and unexpected events. The author encourages readers to focus on the things they can control, such as saving, investing, and managing debt, while also acknowledging the role of luck and randomness in financial outcomes. Chapter 7: Freedom. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the concepts of financial freedom and its importance for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. The chapter begins with a discussion of the many different ways in which people define financial freedom, from having enough money to retire comfortably to being able to pursue one's passion and interest without worrying about money. The author emphasizes the importance of defining financial freedom in a way that it is meaningful and relevant to one's own value and priorities. The chapter also explores some of the common obstacles to achieve financial freedom, such as debt, lifestyle inflation, and the tendency to compare oneself to others. The author emphasizes the importance of avoiding these obstacles and staying focused on one's own goals and priorities when it comes to personal finance. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of financial freedom for living a fulfilling and meaningful life, and the need to define this concept in a way that is relevant and meaningful to one's own value and priorities. The author encourages readers to stay focused on their own goals and priorities and to avoid the common obstacle that can prevent them from achieving financial freedom. Chapter 8: Man in the Car Paradox. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the paradoxical relationships between money and happiness. The chapter begins with a discussion of the concepts of the hedonic treadmill, which refers to the tendency for people to adapt to changes in their circumstances, including changes in their wealth and income, and to return to a relatively stable level of happiness over time. The author then introduces the man in the car paradox, which refers to the fact that people often derive more happiness from the anticipation of a purchase or experience than from the actual purchase or experience itself. The author explains that this paradox arises because people often overestimate the happiness they will derive from a purchase or experience, and because the anticipation of the purchase or experience can be more exciting and enjoyable than the actual event. The chapter also explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to money and happiness, such as the belief that more money will always lead to more happiness, or that happiness can be found by pursuing material possessions and experiences. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the complex relationship between money and happiness, and the need to approach personal finance in a way that is grounded in a realistic understanding of the role of the money in our lives. The author encourages readers to focus on the things that truly matter in life, such as relationships, personal growth, and meaningful work, and to view money as a means to support these goals rather than an end in itself. Chapter 9: Wealth is What You Don't See. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the concepts of hidden wealth and the importance of understanding the true costs and benefits of different financial decisions. The chapter begins with a discussion of the many hidden costs associated with different financial decisions, such as the opportunity cost of spending money on one thing instead of another, or the long-term cost of debt and financial stress. The author then introduces the concepts of stealth wealth, which refers to the practice of living below one's means and avoiding the outward display of wealth that often come with high levels of income or net worth. The author explained that this approach can be a powerful way to build wealth over time, as it allows individuals to avoid many of the hidden costs associated with more extravagant lifestyles. The chapter also explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to wealth and financial success, such as the belief that high levels of income or net worth are always indicative of financial security or happiness. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of understanding the true costs and benefits of different financial decisions, and the need to focus on building wealth in a way that is sustainable and aligned with one's own values and priorities. The author encourages readers to embrace the concepts of stealth wealth and to view wealth as a tool for achieving greater freedom, flexibility, and security in their lives. Chapter 10: Save Money. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the importance of saving money and the many benefits that come with a disciplined saving habit. The chapter begins with a discussion of the many ways in which saving can provide a sense of security and freedom, such as allowing individuals to weather unexpected expenses or pursue opportunities that might otherwise be out of reach. The author emphasizes the importance of starting small and developing a consistent saving habit over time, rather than waiting for a windfall or perfect opportunity to start saving. The chapter also explores some of the common obstacles to saving money, such as the temptation to spend on short-term pleasures or the belief that one's income is too low to make meaningful progress towards financial goals. The author encourages readers to challenge these beliefs and to find creative ways to increase their saving rate over time. The chapter concludes with a discussion of some practical strategies for saving money, such as automating saving contributions, setting up a budget and tracking expenses, and finding ways to reduce fixed expenses like housing and transportation. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of saving money for achieving financial security and freedom, and the need to develop a disciplined saving habit over time. The author encourages readers to start small and stay focused on their goals and to view saving as a means to achieve greater flexibility and security in their lives. Chapter 11. Reasonable greater than rational. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the role of reasons and emotion in financial decision making. The chapter begins with a discussion of the many biases and heuristics that can influence our financial decisions, such as the tendency to be overconfident in our ability or to make decisions based on short-term emotions rather than long-term goals. The author argues that while it is important to be aware of these biases, it is also important to recognize that reason and emotion both play a role in financial decision making. The author then introduces the concept of bounded rationality, which refers to the idea that our ability to reason and make rational decisions is limited by our cognitive abilities, the information available to us, and the complexity of the decision we face. The author argues that while it is important to strive for rationality in our financial decisions, it is also important to recognize the limit of our rationality and to approach financial decision making in a way that is reasonable and pragmatic. The chapter also explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to financial decision making, such as the belief that it is always possible to make optimal decisions or that emotion should be completely removed from the decision-making process. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of both reasons and emotion in financial decision-making and the need to approach financial decisions in a way that is both rational and reasonable. The author encourages readers to be aware of their biases and limitations, to seek out diverse perspective and information when making decisions, and to prioritize long-term goals over short-term emotions. Chapter 12. Surprise! In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the role of unexpected events in our financial life and how we can better prepare for them. The chapter begins with a discussion of the many unexpected events that can impact our financial lives, such as job loss, illness, and market downturns. The author argues that while it is impossible to predict or prevent all unexpected events, we can take steps to prepare ourselves financially for those events. The author then introduces the concepts of margin of safety, which refers to the idea of leaving room for error or unexpected events in our financial plans. This might involve maintaining an emergency fund, purchasing insurance, or taking a more conservative approach to investing. The author also explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to unexpected events, such as the belief that bad things only happen to other people or that they are too young or healthy to worry about these issues. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of preparing for unexpected events in our financial lives and the need to maintain a margin of safety in our financial plans. The author encourages readers to be proactive in preparing for unexpected events, to prioritize financial resilience over short-term gains, and to seek out diverse perspective and information when making decisions. Chapter 13. Room for Error. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the importance of having room for error in our financial lives and how this can help us achieve greater financial security and flexibility. The chapter begins with a discussion of the many unexpected events that can impact our financial life, such as job loss, illness, and market downturns. The author argues that while it is impossible to predict or prevent all unexpected events, we can take steps to prepare ourselves financially for these events. The author then introduces the concepts of anti-fragility, which refers to the idea of building resilience in the face of uncertainty and stress. This might involve diversifying our investment, maintaining an emergency fund, or building a career that is adaptable to changing circumstances. The chapter also explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to risk and uncertainty, that is, the belief that risk can eliminate it or that we can accurately predict the future. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of having room for error in our financial lives and the need to build resilience in the face of uncertainty. The author encourages readers to be proactive in preparing for unexpected events, to prioritize financial flexibility over short-term gains, and to seek out diverse perspective and information when making decisions. Chapter 14. You Will Change. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the idea that our financial goals and priorities are likely to change over time as we age and experience new life events. The chapter begins by highlighting the way in which our financial goals and priorities can shift as we age, from focusing on accumulating wealth in our early years to prioritizing financial security and flexibility as we approach retirement. The author then discusses some of the common mistakes people make when it comes to anticipating their future financial needs, such as assuming that their future self will have the same priorities and desires as their current selves. The chapter also explores the importance of being adaptable and flexible in our financial planning and of regularly reassessing our goals and priorities as our life change. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder that our financial lives are likely to be characterized by change and uncertainty, and that we need to be prepared to adopt our plans and goals accordingly. The author encourages readers to be proactive in anticipating their future financial needs, to avoid common mistakes in financial planning, and to maintain a mindset of flexibility and adaptability as they navigate their financial lives. Chapter 15. Nothing is free. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the various costs associated with the choices we make in our financial life, both explicit and implicit. The chapter begins with a discussion of the many different types of costs we might encounter in our financial life, from fees and taxes to opportunity cost and hidden risk. The author then explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to the cost of their financial choices, such as assuming that low fees are always better or that past performance is a reliable predictor of future results. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of being mindful of the trade-offs involved in our financial decisions and of considering both the explicit and implicit costs associated with those decisions. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the many costs involved in our financial lives and the need to be mindful of these costs when making decisions. The author encourages readers to seek out diverse perspective and information to carefully weigh the trade-off involved in their financial decisions and to maintain a mindset of curiosity and openness as they navigate their financial lives. Chapter 16. You and Me. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the ways in which our relationships and social network can impact our financial lives. The chapter begins with a discussion of the many ways in which our social network can influence our financial behavior, from the expectation and norms of our peer groups to the influence of family members and cultural attributes towards money. The author then explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to the role of social network in their financial lives, such as assuming that financial success is solely a matter of individual effort and merit. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of being mindful of the ways in which our social network can both support and hinder our financial goals, and of cultivating relationships and communities that align with our values and goals. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of social connection and networks in our financial lives and the need to be mindful of the ways in which those networks can influence our behavior and choices. The author encourages readers to seek out diverse perspective and information to actively cultivate relationships that support their financial goals and to be mindful of the power of the social influence in their financial lives. Chapter 17. The Seduction of Pessimism Revisited. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel revisits the idea that pessimism can be seductive and explores the ways in which our perception of risk and uncertainty can impact our financial behavior. The chapter begins by highlighting the many ways in which pessimism can be a seductive force, from the allure of apocalyptic scenarios to the comfort of being able to say, "I told you so." The author then explores the various cognitive biases and heuristics that can lead us to overestimate risk and underestimate opportunities, and the ways in which those biases can impact our financial behavior. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of maintaining a balanced perspective on risk and uncertainty, and of avoiding the extreme of pessimism and optimism in our financial decision making. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the ways in which our perception of risk and uncertainty can impact our financial behavior, and the importance of maintaining a balanced perspective on those factors. The author encourages readers to be mindful of their cognitive biases and heuristic, to seek out diverse perspective and information, and to maintain a mindset of curiosity and openness as they navigate the uncertainties of their financial lives. Chapter 18. No one is crazy. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the ways in which different people can have vastly different approaches to money and investing, and the importance of recognizing and respecting those differences. The chapter begins by highlighting the many different factors that can shape our attitudes and beliefs about money, from our personal experiences to cultural and societal norms. The author then explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to the behavior of others, such as assuming that those who make different financial decisions are simply irrational or foolish. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of recognizing and respecting the diverse approaches to money and investing that different people can have, and of adopting the trap of assuming that our own perspectives and beliefs are the only valid ones. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the ways in which our attitudes and beliefs about money can be shaped by a wide range of factors, and the importance of recognizing and respecting the diversity of approaches to money and investing that can exist. The author encourages readers to cultivate a mindset of empathy and openness, to seek out diverse perspectives and informations, and to approach financial decision making with humility and curiosity. Chapter 19. You are not that great. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the ways in which our own biases and overconfidence can impact our financial decision making. The chapter begins by highlighting the many cognitive biases and heuristics that can lead us to overestimate our own abilities and underestimate the role of luck and chance in our financial outcomes. The author then explores some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to their own financial abilities, such as assuming that they are immune to the mistakes and misfortunes that can befall others. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of recognizing and acknowledging our own limitations and biases, and of seeking out diverse perspective and information to challenge our own assumptions and beliefs. Overall, the chapter serves as a reminder of the ways in which our own biases and overconfidence can impact our financial decision making, and the importance of cultivating a mindset of humility and curiosity. The author encourages readers to be mindful of their own limitations and biases, to seek out diverse perspectives and information, and to approach financial decision making with a healthy dose of skepticism and self-awareness. Chapter 20. Let me convince you. In this chapter, the author Morgan Housel explores the challenges of changing people's minds when it comes to money and investing. The chapter begins by highlighting the many factors that can make it difficult to change someone's financial beliefs or behaviors, from cognitive biases to emotional attachments to deeply ingrained habits. The author then explores some of the common approaches people take when trying to convince others to change their financial behavior, from logical arguments to emotional appeals to storytelling. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of recognizing the limits of our ability to change others' mind, and of focusing on our own behaviors and belief as a way to influence those around us. Overall, the chapter serves a reminder of the challenges of changing others, financial behavior and beliefs, and the importance of focusing on our own behaviors and beliefs as a way to lead by example and influence those around us. The author encourages readers to approach conversation about money and investing with empathy and openness, to avoid judgment or criticism, and to focus on sharing information and insight in a way that respects others' autonomy and decision making. So now let's move ahead and talk about the overall learning. Overall, Psychology of Money is a book that explores the many ways in which psychology and human behavior intersect with personal finance and investing. The book is filled with insights, anecdotes, and research that challenges common financial assumptions and offer a fresh perspective on the ways we think about money. One of the key takeaways from the book is the importance of understanding the role that psychology and emotions play in our financial decision making. The author emphasizes that financial success is not just about making rational decisions or having a high IQ, but also about managing our emotions, biases, and instincts in a way that aligns with our long-term goals. Another key theme of the book is the role of time and compounding in building wealth. The author highlights the power of patience, discipline, and a long-term perspective when it comes to investing, and encourages readers to focus on the process of building wealth rather than trying to time the market or chase short-term gains. Overall, Psychology of Money is a thought-provoking and accessible book that offers practical insight and advice for anyone looking to improve their financial well-being. It challenges readers to rethink their assumption about money and investing, and to approach these topics with a greater sense of curiosity, humility, and self-awareness. Thank you for listening to the audiobook version of Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. I hope you found this book to be both informative and engaging, and that it has helped you to deepen your understanding of personal finance and investing. Remember, the principle and insights here in this book can be applied to all aspects of your financial life, from saving and investing to spending and giving. Best of luck on your journey towards building lasting wealth and financial well-being. So this is it for this chapter. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.